is a tragic massacre, a tiger tank, like a wolf in sheep's clothing. With a single blow, more than 20 British tanks were destroyed. This is the famous Normandy-Boca village battle in World War II. This battle became another classic battle of tiger tanks. Pay attention, the video is a bit long. If you want to prepare for the battle, you need to be mentally prepared. Time goes back to the early morning of June 13th, 1944. In the small town of Bocagui, in the south of Normandy, France, the villagers gathered on both sides of the street, holding flowers in their hands, welcoming the arrival of the British troops. They believe that the support of the British will bring them light. The army is advancing to the front line. But what they don't know is that a wild beast is staring at them from a distance. He is a German 101 tanker, the second generation of a tanker. The commander of this tank is the German tanker leader, Michael Wittmann, who has the most medals in history. Wittmann is standing on the turret, looking at the British troops down there, with a number of armored vehicles of the enemy in his mind. The team consists of battalions, Convair tanks, Sherman tanks, and a large number of anti-tank guns. Wittmann knows very well that the target of the British troops this time is the 2nd Tank Company under Wittmann. Looking at the British troops being repaired below, Wittmann doesn't know what to do. Originally, his 2nd Company had 15 Tiger tanks, but 3 were destroyed in the recently finished battle, and most of the others were damaged and needed emergency repair. There are only 2 Tiger tanks that can actually enter the battle now. In the face of the gathering of the British troops, it was too late for him to wait for all the tanks to be repaired. So he made a bold decision. He ran back to the tank and shouted. The tank roared and rushed out of the canteen, scaring the British troops away. In front of the British troops, a woman was in a tank car, and an officer suddenly saw a Tiger tank rushing from the side to the back of the team. He was shocked and hurriedly picked up the camera and notified the back team. But it was late at night, and the Tiger tank still appeared quietly at the back of the team. At this time, we saw the Tiger tank rotating the cannon, aiming it at the nearest column.
Thank you. Thank you. God.
The soldiers of the army are all... The only tank in the team that can compete with the Tiger is a Sherman tank, trying to turn around and rotate the turret to aim at the Tiger. But how could the Tiger tank give him this opportunity? The 88mm armor-piercing shell is snarling out of its mouth. With a loud bang, this Sherman tank instantly became a fireball. At this moment, another Tiger also advances. Without further ado, it fires directly at the other British tanks in the team. The British team is completely in a mess. At this moment, Wittmann asks another Tiger to kill him here. He chases after him along the road. The roads are full of half-generation tanks that have been abandoned by the British. Wittmann, in order to preserve the armor, orders the smugglers to switch to high explosives and use machine guns to destroy these tanks. The Tiger is lost, and lost in the movie. He keeps pushing forward to the town of Bazka. Suddenly, in Wittmann's vision, there are 3 M5 Stuart tanks blocking the way. At this moment, the 3 Stuart tanks fired their 37mm cannons at the Tiger, leading the attack. However, the cannon-guided fire hit the Tiger like a brain tumor, and Wittmann didn't want to waste time with them. At the sound of the command, a cannon-guided fire directly turned the Stolt tank in front of him into a pile of scrap metal, and then 2 more, one of which took them all away. The Tiger broke through the Stolt wreckage and continued to rush towards the village. As soon as he entered the village, a Stolt tank discovered the Tiger, scared him to death, and hurried back to the house. The Tiger did not give him a chance, and fired a cannon directly at the Tiger. At the same time, the 2nd Cromwell tank arrived. It aimed at the Tiger that had just fired a cannon, and fired a 75mm armor-piercing shell directly. However, the shell was deflected by the Tiger's side armor. How could the Tiger tank tolerate this? It slowly turned its cannon back and aimed at the desperate Cromwell. As soon as the gunfire broke out, Coulonville lit a big fire, but the members inside were still alive. They quickly crawled out of the tank and hid behind the tank. At this time, the Tiger-like machine gunner, the machine gun team, a Coulonville tank hiding in the dark understood that it was not a match for the Tiger, so this Coulonville quickly retreated and hid. It decided to follow the Tiger and find an opportunity to kill it unexpectedly. At this time, the Tiger tank did not find it and continued to advance.
Thank you for watching.
On the way, he found a Coulonville tank and a Sherman tank in the middle of the field. Regardless of whether there was anyone inside, he took away 2 cannons directly. When the Tiger was turning a corner, a Sherman tank appeared in the distance. There was a cannon on the side of the Tiger. The cannon roared and flew toward the Tiger. Unfortunately, the cannon was blown away with just one sound. The Tiger slowly turned the gun turret to take out the Sherman. Then the Sherman took 3 shots from the Tiger. It was a 3-shot burst. At this time, the members of the Tiger City were all covered in a cold sweat because they were not sure if the weak side armor would be hit by the Sherman. Fortunately, they all jumped. Due to the nervousness, this cannon did not hit the Sherman tank, but hit the house next to it. But the collapsed wall broke the Sherman down, and the smoke was rolling. At this time, Colonel Tank, who decided to attack the back of the Tiger, also sighed. He vowed to beat the Tiger's rear. But what a coincidence. At this time, Wiedemann realized that he was too far away. He wanted to turn around and meet his teammates. Wiedemann turned around and met his teammates. He wanted to turn around and meet his teammates. Wiedemann turned around and met his teammates. Wiedemann turned around and met his teammates. He wanted to turn around and meet his teammates. At this time, a British anti-tank squad pulled an anti-tank cannon. They aimed the cannon at the Tiger tank that was being used. Unexpectedly, they did not attack the tank, but slowly aimed at the Tiger tank. A sound of gunfire, the cannon flew precisely towards the Tiger tank, followed by a sound of banging. The Tiger tank broke down, and the Tiger tank stopped. When the Tiger tank was about to turn to aim at them, the battalion was scared and ran away. At this time, Whitman went through the observation port, where there was a shadow of the British Army. He was angry and scolded, and ordered the machine gunner to shoot at the Tiger. At this moment, the Tiger tank was unable to move, and it could only be used as a target. Unable to do anything, Whitman could only order the soldiers to withdraw from the tank, so they jumped out of the tank and fled the village. On this day, Whitman commanded this Tiger, which destroyed a total of 25 British tanks and dozens of semi-trailers. After the war, due to Michael Whitman's performance, he was promoted to the top position and was awarded the Knight's Iron Cross by Little Fox.